Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I've got another new launches video for you guys, and this is going to be a first on my channel because I'm going to be showing you new launches from Zoeva. And I've tried Zoeva brushes before, but I've never tried any actual makeup from the brand. So I'm very excited to unbox these and give you a first look at them, and I'm also going to swatch them for you as well. So I'm not going to ramble on in this intro, let's get straight into it. I picked up two different palettes from the new Spectrum collection. I picked up this matte eyeshadow palette, and I also picked up the Spring Strobe Spectrum highlighting palette. I'm very excited about both, and I'm going to jump into the eyeshadow palette first. They are still in their original packaging that they were shipped in. I haven't seen these. This is going to be a first for you and for me. The first thing I want to say is that the packaging is gorgeous. It's like a matte, it feels like suede-y. It's like a really soft matte black packaging with this iridescent line down the middle. So let's open her up. And this is what the palette looks like. Those colours are absolutely stunning, very different to any palette that I own in my opinion. We have a huge, as the palette would suggest, spectrum of shades in this palette. There was another palette, I was torn between this one and another one that was matte. I think the other one was a bit smaller, but I just especially loved these shades here in the middle. That kind of sold this one for me. So you get 3, 6, 9, 12, 15 shades in here, and let's just start swatching them. So each shadow has its own number, and the numbers are WT010, WT020, 30, and so on and so on and so on. So I'm gonna swatch them this way rather than this way. So I've swatched this first row here. Obviously, as you can see, it's the lightest row in the palette, and this is what it looks like on my hand. So we have a matte white shade here, then we have slightly more of an earthy toned light brown creamy shade, and then we have this kind of sandy camel shade at the top. Definitely cooler side of the spectrum. I'm gonna say spectrum so much in this video. Definitely on the cooler side. This one could also be a good color for brows because it is a little bit cooler. This one obviously as a setting or underbrow highlight shade, and the middle maybe as like a buffing out shade. That would be quite good because it is very, very neutral. So just to maybe buff out any shadows, that middle shade there would be quite good. Moving on to the second row, we have a nice pastel yellow here, a mid-tone yellowy orange in the middle, and then we go to the full orange shade on the end. So as you can see from the palette, it always starts with the lighter shade of the color range on this side, then it has a middle tone and then the darker tone. So this is what they look like on my hand. So that is the lighter pale yellow shade. It's not overly pigmented, but the shadow is very, very soft. So I am interested to see how that looks on the eyes, but again, for a nice natural look, that would be good. But these two I love, that middle shade and this darker shade, I think are absolutely gorgeous. I'm excited to work them into my crease, and they would be perfect for some kind of sunset inspired eye makeup look. Very, very happy with those shades. Moving on to the middle row here, I think this is the row I am most excited for in the palette. Very up my street with the warm pinky red tones, and this is what they look like on my hand. So at the bottom we have the lighter of the three shades, but the lighter and the middle shade do look very, very similar, but the middle shade has a little bit more of a warmth, a bit more red in it, reddy pink to it, and then we have this gorgeous, gorgeous kind of raspberry pink shade at the top. I love this row. I'm very excited to play with these shades, and I might create a nice festival kind of look using these shades here. Moving on to the more cooler side of the palette, as you can see, these shades here are a lot warmer and these shades here are a lot cooler. So we have a very nice cool toned purple here. This one is gorgeous. A nice cool toned mid blue, kind of a little bit of a grey blue, and then we have a true blue on the end. And this is what the 3 shades look like on my hand. This cool tone purple is absolutely gorgeous. It's kind of that kind of taupey, mauvey kind of purple. Really digging that one. The blue shades did swatch a little bit patchy, especially the darkest one. The middle one is still okay, pretty smooth, but the blue one at the top here did swatch a little bit patchy. So it will be interesting to see how that one blends out on the eyes. And now I'm gonna swatch the last 3 shades for you guys. Okay, so moving on to the last row in the palette. That is what they look like on my fingers. This might be my new favorite row. Oh my god. Oh my god. Gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. They are stunning. Oh my god. So this is the bottom shade. I'm very excited there. This is the bottom shade. It kind of reminds me of, what was that shade by MAC? I want to say plumage. It's kind of like that shade, and I used to love wearing that shade on my eyes. Then we have kind of a mid-tone green in the middle, kind of like a nice summer, spring day, greeny grass kind of shade. And then we have more of that olivey green shade at the top. Absolutely stunning, swatched absolutely beautifully, no patches, very, very smooth, which is a very good sign for these shades. And that is the full overview of this matte spectrum palette by Zoeva. I just think it's such a versatile palette. The colours are stunning. My first impression of the swatches on my hand were good. The only one that I was it's a bit patchy, was this blue shade here. The pigmentation is, I would say, medium. You don't pick it up and go like, whoa. But I feel like you get that more like wow factor with shimmer shadows anyway. And to create a full matte palette, that is a little bit of a challenge in my opinion, because mattes are definitely harder to produce than shimmers. That's the kind of idea that I get anyway from like influencers and different brands. They do say that mattes are harder to create, but this being a full matte palette, I was very impressed with the shadows. I'm excited to play with them on my eyes, and I do like that the shadows, hopefully they can be built up if I want to. I would rather be able to build up a shadow rather than have something that's too intense and too intense for a look that I want. As I said, I'm going more natural, so these will be perfect to see how I can build them up if I want to. So first impressions, I'm very happy about this one. I will leave the price here now so you know how much this costs on their website. And now for this little cutie palette right here, I'm gonna open it up straight away. If I remember correctly, they did have 3 options of highlighting palettes. I believe they maybe had a spring one, a summer one, and a winter one. Something like that. Or did they have 4? One for spring, summer, autumn and winter? I'm not sure. I know it's definitely kind of like a seasonal theme going on, which was the same with the eyeshadow palette. When you read the description of the palette on the website, I won't read it now, you can go, I'll leave a link to this palette and the highlight palette down below, so you can have a click on it and have a read through the description. But I do remember reading that they were going for like a seasonal colour spectrum, so going from, you know, spring, a bit more springy, summery here, and then going into autumn and winter. So I do know that that was kind of a flowing theme through this collection. However, I decided on getting the Spring Strobe Spectrum Highlighting Palette. So the outer packing is exactly the same. I do believe the inside packaging will be the same as well. Absolutely is. It's just gorgeous. It's so like classic and sleek, not too busy. Definitely am enjoying this packaging, and it does have the rose gold writing on the front, which you know is everybody's dream kind of, yeah, everyone loves rose gold, don't they? So that's a nice touch. So let's open her up. Okay, so this is what it looks like. I'll take this off. My lights are reflecting on the colours, but this is what the palette looks like. I feel like these shades looked different on their website. I'm not sure, I can't remember. I'm gonna swatch them anyway because I know they looked really pretty on the website, and I did go for a more lighter palette, lighter highlighting palette, because I am fair in skin tone, so anything too dark, coppery, goldy is actually doesn't highlight my skin, it's too dark. So I did go for lighter shades, but let's just go in and swatch them and see how they look. Ooh, actually. Ooh, okay. Okay, now I know why I picked this palette. I'm gonna show you guys, hold on, hold on. Oh my God, yes, okay. Very, very impressed so far. So before I show you the swatches that I just did on the back of my hand, that is what they look like on my fingers. You may have seen recently a trend in holographic highlighters. Kat Von D brought out like a triangle shape highlighting palette and for the eyes, and it looks like nothing in the pan. I've heard people say it looks like nothing in the pans, but when you apply them on the face, they look fantastic. And I feel like this has done the same thing, because you saw my reaction when I opened it. I was slightly underwhelmed, I think. I was a bit like, that doesn't look like what it looked like on the website. However, that is the fingers, glowy glowy, and these are the swatches on my hand. OMG, they are gorgeous. So I have to remember now, this is that one. Yeah. So we've got like a really light, almost white shade here with a pink reflex. I love that. Then we have again here on that kind of white, bright highlighting spectrum with the green shift to it. Then we have the same with the yellowy gold shift to it, and then this stunning one with a lilac shift to it. Look how gorgeous they are. Let me see, I'm gonna wipe my fingers and I'm gonna see if these shadows have names to them. The shades don't have names, but they are numbered like the eyeshadow palette. So they are numbered SP010, SP020, 30 and 40. So this is what the Spring Strobe Spectrum highlighting palette looks like. I would love to know what the other highlighting palettes that they brought out look like as well, because if they're anything like this, they're going to be so exciting and gorgeous. I'm going to try a couple of them out on my face now, just to yeah, maybe have another kind of first impression on the skin. To try them out on my face, I'm going to use the Zoeva 114 Luxe Face Focus brush, only fitting to use a brush from the same brand. And I'm going to try the lilac one on one side and I think the green one on the other. Just because that green one is something completely different to anything I've tried before. So this is the lilac one. I'm going to pick up some on my brush. The only thing is these palettes don't have mirrors. A mirror would be nice, especially on this highlighting palette, but no frets. I do have a little pocket mirror here. Okay, so, oh, that is really, really pretty. I can see the purple shift straight away in the light. Let's see if we can intensify that a little bit more. Put a little bit over here. Wow, oh my goodness. That is gonna give you some glow, baby. Stunning. Oh my God, I love it. Okay, I'm gonna try the green shifted one on the other side. Wow, wow, guys, look. And I use a really light hand as well. Very, very impressed. I'm gonna take a little bit of the, which one? The Goldie Reflex one. And I'm gonna pop that on my nose. Why not? Wow. Oh my God, look at that. I'm like a beacon of light for Mars or something. I don't particularly like a highlight that intense on my nose. I'm just doing this. Purpose of this video so you can see how incredibly gorgeous these are. Oh my God, they're stunning. Stunning. And to finish, I put a little bit of this pinky highlight on my chin and Cupid's bow. The Cupid's bow didn't really work because I already have lipstick on, but you can still see the glow on my chin, the beacon of glow on my nose. Tone that down a bit. And then the absolutely gorgeous, this is with the green Reflex, and this one is with the Lilac Reflex. I mean, am I glowy or am I glowy? And I feel like that green one would look absolutely stunning as an inner corner highlight. I hope you guys enjoyed watching me unbox these two palettes. Like I said first on my channel, Zoeva makeup is brand new to me, and my first impression, it has exceeded my expectations. Just to show you one more time, this is the Matte Spectrum eyeshadow palette, and of course the Spring Strobe Spectrum palette. Gosh, very, very exciting. I promise I will do a tutorial within the next week or two so you can see how these both, well, you've seen the highlighter already, I mean, come on now, but definitely with the eyeshadow palette so you can see how they blend out on the eyes. If you are new to my channel, I just would like to welcome you to our family here. If you would like to go and hit the subscribe button down below, then you can keep track of all the videos I upload. I've got a lot of stuff coming, obviously beauty and fashion, and I am traveling in the next few months. Actually, in 12 sleeps I will be traveling to my first destination, and there will also be some lifestyle goodness going up as well. So be sure to hit that subscribe button, and if you all like the video, please give it a thumbs up. It just keeps me on track with what you guys like and maybe don't like. I wish you all a wonderful day, and I will see you in my next video. Love you so much. Bye.